Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It is Tuesday, the 20th of November. These are the charts of the day at thetechtrader.com, and we're going to show you both the long and the short side. Some ideas on the long side. Celsius, which you put out as a swing trade today when it broke out above this prior peak, is now right up against the September high. And with this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4-wave move, and now this fifth wave here, I believe we're only halfway through the fifth. It could very well get up to about 8 1/4 or thereabout. I think I have a 7 3/4, 8 target. Up next is Hovnanian. What a nice little chart on this junior home builder. Right there, we can see that the channel's been moved up, steady. And from the June low, it's gone all of about $1.60 or so. It's gone up and nearly tripled, or more than tripled, reaching, $5.80. And then backed off to the trend line, and moving averages bounced today up another 32 cents or 6.5%. Nearly 10 million traded today. And it looks like it may be headed up even higher to about 6 1/4 short term. IMH, what a fantastic pattern this has shown us in the last few weeks. Right now you can see that the rising channel top was hit and then bottom was hit. Now it bounced sharply today, going from 1132 to 14, but it back way off to 1202. Still up 7%. We'll have to see if there's a follow through or not, but I would definitely keep tabs on 11. Anything below that may be stopped. Oh, by the way, if it does continue to move higher, I probably would look for something near 20. KKD, what a big breakout today. Solid earnings. And you can see how the major wedge that formed over the last year and a half has broken with a big thrust. Now, the highest level it's reached is around $10 over the last year and a half, and I expect that could change. Here's a longer term chart look at the weekly, and you'll see that this calls for, if it does get through that level, it's potentially as high as mid-teens. So keep an eye on this one. Up next is RIM. Now the daily chart on RIM shows the big downtrend, the base, and the breakout. The pullback, the wedge, and then look at this 3-day move here. It's taking it from about 835 up to over 10 today. And my target's 11. I think we're going to get there. It's just a question of how quickly and whether or not it consolidates. A little bit of resistance, perhaps in this zone near here. That would be my next target, and that is right at 11. Beyond that, possibility exists. We could see it in the mid-teens at some point down the road. Volume was good today, 50 million shares. And that's the biggest volume we've seen going all the way back to October. So good stuff there technically. Let's pull this back and show the beginnings of perhaps a nice rising channel in place, which should lead to that $11 range that we talked about. And then there's RYL Homes, another builder that's been really acting well of late. Here it is. You can see how it held support on a pullback. Housing starts were at the best levels in 4 years today. As a result, the home builders really took off. This jumped to $1.92, 6%, 2.4 million, the best volume in about a month, and it's going to probably retest this 35.85 area, but my target now is 39.5. SRPT, let me zoom in on this. You can see how after the falling wedge was broken and the channel and 50-day moving average held, it bounced, retested, bounced again, and it's been flagging here for about 5-6 days. We can just get this above 28. You're going to see this take off, maybe rip into the low 30s. And lastly is STC, that's Stewart Information Technology, been on a tear since it gapped up at the end of August, around 14.5. It's gone right up to 26.5 and still pressing higher, maybe 28, our short-term target. That's the long side. Let's take a look at four shorts that we were watching today. Monster.com. Well, I'm really interested in the overall structure of the pattern. This big plunge in October, followed by this spiderweb. This isn't Monster.com, it's Monster Beverage, my apologies. It rolled over hard and it's formed a wedge, and if this does not break out to the upside, it starts to roll over, it can tumble quickly to perhaps down around the 38 area, my near-term target. PCYC, despite the fact that I love this stock all year, and This major rising channel was enforced for a long time. Let me redraw these lines for you. This channel was broken when it cracked right there. And after this big thrust to the downside and big volume, this is the bear flag that ensued. Right now, when you form a bear flag at low volume with the technicals flattening out, this could be susceptible to another rollover similar to that. And I would suspect that if that does occur, let's try to draw a line here and see what we have. If this is the connecting tops, and we project a parallel channel down, then I'll give you a target down around 42. Big drop potentially. RAVN Industries collapsed today, dropping all the way down to 23 and bouncing, but that was the bottom of my channel and near-term target. So this morning I suggested anyone in RAVN may want to take a quick profit as it's quickly dropped from 28.5 to 23 in the last few days. And lastly is Teradata, which rolled over from a kind of a head and shoulders top here. Let's call this a support level that was broken right here. Support was tested and bounced. A wedge of sorts formed right there. That was broken, retested, and then today big reversal from 64.25 down to 60.91, closing down 53 cents. But it does look like that line there, if they've taken out, could lead to a pretty precipitous fall into the low to mid 50s. So that's it for the short side. I gave you some stocks on the long side, and there's some ideas going forward. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.